Hey everybody, Dr. Jo Messenger here. Thanks for tuning in. A quick bit of housekeeping before we get into today's topic of the 11th of the 11th. The full version of this video is available on Patreon now for members. So it's talking about the 3 octaves of your wounds that you chose in accordance, well, under the umbrella of your higher council of 12 when you first incarnated. And it will help you to understand where you are with respect to the resolving of those wounds, those traumas, those challenges, and what you can do about progressing from wherever you are personally at now. So if that's of interest to you, sign up on the Patreon app or the Android app, not from the Apple app, because the Apple app will add an extra charge. That is an Apple charge, not a Patreon charge, not a me charge. It's a waste of your money to go that route. Let's get into today. Today is the 11th of the 11th, and it is the annual day, the anniversary of Armistice, big word, day, which is when World War One, they downed weapons and said that's it. So in the Commonwealth countries we call it Remembrance Day. In the US you call it the Veterans Day, and it's also the day of METATRON'S Day. It's the day where the pillars are available, the pillars of truth are available for you to walk through. If you have done your purification, the changing of your mindset, the changing of your words, your behaviours and your feelings, then you are likely to be in more of alignment, a higher vibrational state, so that you can walk through those pillars to a higher octave of your own self, of your own journey. I have it on good authority that those pillars, so usually when there's a portal like this, there's a few days before, a few days after, where you can go through those pillars, and then the portal closes. But apparently, because so many people haven't done their inner work, because so many people are in the remedial class still, for instance, they are still being given the opportunity to go through this particular portal at a later date if they do purify themselves, if they do accept responsibility for their situation, for their wounds, for their traumas, for their challenges, and have remorse, have gratitude for the lessons, instead of the blame, instead of the it's somebody else's fault, instead of the guilt, the shame, the blame, the whatever else that's wrapped all around it. So that's good news. That's good news for everybody. So what have you been fighting for personally? Have you had a fight over addictions, over disease, oppression, gender, race, religion? Have you been in spiritual warfare with the dark versus the light within your own self and or from others? Have you had an internal war about financial issues, about poverty, about drugs, alcohol, Ciggies, Choof, sugar, overeating, a disability, or a real war like Ukraine and Russia or Palestine and Israel and wherever else there's real war going on at the moment? Or is it something else for you? Because this is your opportunity to down weapons, to stop fighting, to be more of your authentic self. It's not enough to say that you want world peace like a Miss Universe contestant and then still keep on fighting. You need to stop fighting with other people. Stop blaming other people, other governments, other authorities, other people in your family. ex anybody's, and be accountable for your own inner masculine, your own inner feminine, the state of your heart, the state of your mind, and to unite yourself internally and to change the way that you are in the world. Because the outer world is a reflection of all of us. For the world to change, we need to change. And here's the thing, deep down inside, you know that you are a chosen one. You know that you were specifically chosen to fulfill your soul mission right now and throughout your whole lifetime, but it's at this pivotal point right now. So it's really important to accept the challenge that only you can do, that only you have the experience, the education, the words, the feelings, the awareness to contribute in your own life, in your own relationships, in your family, in your workplace, in your community, on an online platform, wherever it is that you are. Plant your seeds wherever you are. Bloom wherever you're planted. What is that for you? What are your gifts? What are your traumas that you need to rise above? What are your gifts that you need to polish and use for the greater good, as well as for the security of your own family and your own situation? It's time. Who better than you? You've got the skills, you've got the knowledge. Upgrade your mindset. Upgrade your thoughts, your beliefs. Upgrade your behaviours. Upgrade your feelings. If you've got a disease process in your body, you can't heal your disease from the same place that you created the disease. You have to change the way you think. You have to change what you eat and drink. You have to change your mobility. You have to change the way that you feel. If it's a financial situation that's for you, you can't resolve your financial issues from the same mindset that you created the situation that you're in. You need to have new mindset, new behaviours, new feelings. Same for relationships. You can't have better relationships behaving in the same way that you've behaved in poor relationships. And the great thing is, whatever the situation is for you, whether it's addiction, whether it's finances, whether it's health, whether it's oppression, whether it's race, whether it's gender, whether it's a disability, whether it's jealousy, whether it's being falsely accused of things that you didn't do, there is somebody on the planet, more than likely millions of people on the planet, who have already resolved what you need to do. And potentially, if you're a true trailblazer, if you are a true way shower, then maybe you're the one to pave the way for the others. Maybe there's no one for you to follow to work out how to do it. But for the other 99.999999% of situations, there are lots of people who've already resolved what you need to resolve. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Do your research, find out what they did, how they did it. How did they recover from that disease, addiction, financial loss, betrayal, spiritual warfare, whatever else? How did they do it? What did they have to believe? What did they have to think? What did they have to let go of? Who did they need to forgive? How did they have to feel? because this 1111 portal, walking through these pillars of truth, it's a frequency. You need a higher vibration of your own energy to pass through the portal and to keep raising in your own enlightenment, your own ascension, your own self-mastery and your own journey. No one can do it for you. No one can change the way you think. Well, actually, there are some pretty strong manipulators out there who can change the way you think. But in principle, you need to be stronger than their manipulations. You need to be a master of your own thoughts. You need to be a master of what you put in your mouth, what you eat, what you drink. You need to be a master of your time. Do you get up and exercise? Do you get up and meditate? Or do you stay in bed and feel sorry for yourself about something? Self-mastery means mastering yourself. And this is the journey that we're all on. You packed into your suitcase, you packed into your master diamond blueprints when you were born, before you were born. Before you incarnated, when you sat down with your higher council of 12 and everybody approved what you had decided to master in this lifetime. Contracts were set in place. Conditions were set in place. You chose to be born into the family that was right for you to master your particular issue. If you had to learn to love yourself in this lifetime, you would be born into a family that doesn't love you, so that you would have to work it out and do it for yourself. If you had issues with oppression or alcoholism, for instance, you might choose to be born into a family with an alcoholic parent, so that you would be put in a situation. Do you go down the path of perpetuating that addiction? Or do you say, no, I'm not doing that. The buck stops here. I'm going down another path. It's choice time. The Metatron pillars, it's choice time. What will you choose? Will you choose love or will you choose fear? Will you choose purification or will you choose justification? Justifying why you're right. Why you should continue doing the things that you've always done them. Potentially even sucking your thumb going, poor me, why me, it's too hard. But at some point you have to be the adult in your own life. The great thing about childhood is it's over. At some point you need to go up to the next octave of your own vibration, of your mastery within yourself. So if not now, when? You've got this. See you in the next one.